There are trials where truth is being sought. And there are trials where the decision has already been made. Mariamne's trial was the second kind. She knew. He knew she knew. And the palace knew something was about to break. She didn't explode. She didn't leave. She didn't accuse. She did something Herod could not read. She stayed and said nothing. The silence between them changed. Conversation shortened. Contact lost its spontaneity. The warmth that had defined them cooled into something else. Not hostility, something colder, more precise. Distance, administered. Herod noticed immediately. Of course he did. He had built his reign on reading atmospheres before they revealed themselves. But he had never turned that ability inward, toward someone whose distance reached him in ways no external threat ever had. He couldn't name what he was seeing. He couldn't point to it. And what cannot be named, cannot be defended against. The courtiers gave it a name, not because they had proof, but because they understood something. That sustained atmosphere at the center of a royal house weakens authority by suggestion alone. The pause became concealment, the reserve became treason. Not because there was evidence, but because accusation works like this. It takes the ambiguous and assigns it direction. The formal charge was treason. Conspiracy. Poison. Poison is an intimate accusation. It moves through shared space. Through food, through drink, through proximity. It transforms intimacy into threat. Mariamne entered the tribunal composed. She didn't collapse. She didn't plead. She didn't ask. She remained steady. And inside that tribunal, steadiness became resistance. Herod wasn't facing an accused wife. He was facing a choice. Not guilt or innocence. Vulnerability or control. He looked at her. Composed. Self-contained. Untouched. And he chose control. The verdict was pronounced. Mariamne was condemned. Mariamne was executed, in silence, without her face losing that steadiness that had terrified the king. The sources do not describe collapse. They do not describe rage. She remained whole, until the end. And that was the last thing she chose. What does a kingdom become after a king destroys the only person who truly knew him? That's where the next video begins.